Dr. Mohsin Khan, Assistant Professor, Institute of Public Enterprises, amidst us today to enlighten us on this topic. I now request Mrs. Ritika, Assistant Professor, St. Joseph Degree and PG College, to present a sapling to our resource person. I now take the opportunity to introduce to you the resource person for today's session. Dr. Mohsin Khan is an Assistant Professor, Institute of Public Enterprises, Hyderabad, India. He has received his doctorate degree from Pondicherry University, India, in the area of workplace innovation. Sir is a proud recipient of the National Eligibility Test Certificates by UGC, Government of India. He has both teaching as well as industry experiences. He has also been awarded by the Madanapalli Institute of Technology and Science for being the most active researcher in MBA department in the year 2021. He has around 6 publications in national and international journals. We welcome you, sir, and over to you.
Thank you, madam. Which one? This one, huh? Okay, my wish. Very good.
This is compulsory.
This is compulsory.
This up to you. If you feel like it's audible to all of this, then we may not use this.
Then you can keep like this. Like
You can just have a
so, I thank St. Joseph's for inviting me as a resource person over here. I thank Sumitra madam for guiding me and helping me to reach out over this place. Now, I believe that you have already downloaded your MOs. Long ago, Lakshmi madam has shared the link through mail. So, we are on the same window. I request you, if you have not downloaded and installed, complete it now. That will be the first step. Then we will start for further. I'll share my screen and I'll follow the process. You can follow me. I believe links are there in the WhatsApp group. So either link you can use to download. Either link one directly lead to the this page, and here you can go for a trial version that is free of cost. If you will click here, a new page will open. Some basic information you have to fill in, and then you can download. So it's not there. Okay.
Which version, like 21?
21, any version you can.
एड्रेस नहीं चाहिए और बंद करेगा गेट करने के लिए
No, either.
सिंपली साइन अप हो जाता फोर
Every time we'll click.
हाँ it is okay
Already they have spaces to use it. They need
No, we need Amos. We need Amos. You fill in information here. Okay, thank you. So I have filled my information here. Email ID, first name, last name. You can create one password. The password must be of 12 characters, include special characters. I'll use mic also. You click on the link, a new page will open. Some basic information is required to fill. Give your phone number. Huh?
Again, mail. Yes. Only two, sir. Already 0463 is there.
Yes,
After this, we got
Whatever, you can download 25, 26.
here I have changed India. Still it is not coming. English again it went down to US.
Only for you or others also?
Others also say
I'm also only.
this one.
This 23 or 21.
21 I went there.
Ah.
22 I say. See,
Sir,
Hmm?
what is happening in their town? Saying, all the youth, all of them are.
mine is different also.
Mine is also different.
Different.
No, internet we are using same.
Internet saying that,
In that case, what we can do? There must be some system now. We will download in one system. Administrator will share to all. Generally in labs we do that only. Sir, this is paid. So trial version. I have my own. I have my own. This yeah, I'm trying. Never use this. Why it is not downloaded? How will download? Sir?
Change the username and password, change your email ID. Possible.
So they will let us know later. Yes. On completion of this review, you will be contacted. If I give you a more, how much time it will take to? Yes, we can try that. Without that, they will not English. Sir. Give me some pen.
You have downloaded from Get Into This.
Yes, sir. This is crack version.
Crack version.
I don't know whether it will work for you. I have my own paid version.
Some registration step setup.
Just a minute. Yes, sir. Yes, you can use, sir. You can install if you have downloaded. Yeah, it is taking. That I don't know, sir, whether they have downloaded or not in advance.
Sir, got sir. 26 lakhs.
Okay, yeah, they are good. They got, sir.
20 minutes it is.
So downloading will take some time. Meanwhile, we'll Sir, just a minute, sir. You sent it?
I need to comment. Sir, emotion, we have expenses already.
No, no, amount is different. Different.
Down for it.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Check.
Just we have to install, and then we have to be there is a file that we have to
Paste it in the cell, right?
directly. So, dear participants, please focus. Meanwhile, it is getting download. What we do, we discuss some basic rules working on AMOS. So, rule number 1, we have variables. They are two types. One observed variable, another one is latent variable. So in AMOS, observed variable are those variables that are directly measured. Means we use Likert scale, we ask few questions, and let us say we are measuring the satisfaction. So on Likert scale, we ask the questions related to the satisfaction again and again to cover different dimensions. So they are known as observed variable. In AMOS, we represent them through rectangle. The latent variables are those which are inferred indirectly and represented in AMOS through circles. So rule number 1, one thing we are clear with, that we will have circles and rectangles. If we are observing rectangle, that is observed variable. Now to connect those observed variable, sir. Okay.
वो हाइट कर दीजिए सर स्टॉप शेयरिंग के बाजू में हाइट बटन
So if you are seeing rectangle on the canvas of AMOS, that means you are using or dealing with the observed variable. Observed variables are those variables that are directly measured. And if you are dealing with circles on AMOS canvas, that means you are dealing with the latent variables. Latent variables are those variables that or factors that we form by connecting different observed variables. We can give different names. We will use different names while dealing with AMOS, like latent variables, factors, construct. So if you will see that sometimes we are saying latent variable, sometimes we are saying factors, sometimes we are calling it construct. Like, give one example for construct. Any construct in your mind? You can say any construct. Job satisfaction, construct. Employee performance, construct. Innovation, construct. Sales, construct.
एम्प्लॉय रिटेंशन
Employee retention, construct. Now to measure, how you will measure employee retention? You will ask different questions related to employee retention from the respondents. You will share a questionnaire. The questionnaire will contain what? Set of questions that are related to your factors or your latent variables or your construct. So either I say latent variable or I say factor or I say construct. That means we are dealing, sometimes we are calling it dependent or independent variable also. Another name we can give, that are the observed variable, statement or items, or sometimes we are saying it questions. Sometimes we are calling it question. 5 questions or 3 questions related to job satisfaction I have asked. Now if I will put those 3 questions or 5 questions collectively, what I am trying to infer? three questions related to job satisfaction. I have asked to the respondent, 10 respondents, 15 respondents, 20 respondents. So what I am asking, directly I am observing, those are the statements, and when I will combine them together, that will become a latent variable, or we may call it construct, or sometimes you have heard the term factor also. So don't get confused. Then rule number 2 in MOS, there are only two types of variables we will deal. One will be the dependent variable, another will be the independent variable, DVs and IDVs. Yes, sir. Sir, now they have downloaded. I think everyone has downloaded MOS. It will take time. Meanwhile, we will use it later. DVs are also called endogenous variables. Endo means Greek root, that means in. When arrows are coming in, that means your endogenous variable. In MOS, we will see what is the meaning of arrows. Hence, these variables will contain an arrow towards them. Like if two variables, two rectangle or two circles we have created on MOS canvas, one will receive the arrow, from another the arrow will go out to develop one relation. If the arrow is coming in to some circle or some rectangle, what is the meaning of rectangle? Rectangle means observed variable or statements. So if arrow is coming into the rectangle or circle, that means that is a endogenous variable. And if the arrow is going out, that means that is the exogenous variable. So we'll see while we'll run or do the hands-on experience. Then rule number 3, any of the circle means any of your latent variable or any of your observed variables might be or can be either dependent variable or independent variable. These are the basic things we have to remember. We'll compare the results. Nowadays, you will see many fancy tools are there. We have R, we have Python, we have SPSS, we have Excel, and we have this MOS, we have Literal, we have TLS. What they are doing? They are doing the same thing. Some are more user-friendly, some are popular because they are open sources, free of cost. MOS is paid. So now very few people are using. Most of the people are shifting towards R or Python. The reason? What is the reason? Because they are open sources. When next time we will conduct the same FDP, we'll focus more upon open sources tools. That is always good because almost 90% of us will not have access. We don't use our money, and our institute also, they don't have subscriptions. Okay, and trial version is only given for limited access, max to max 15 days. So all they deal with the regression. They are used to run regression to identify the relation between two or more variables. Okay, whatever we are doing in MOS, we can do similar thing in Excel also. We can do similar thing in SPSS also. We can do similar thing in R or Python also. Or if you are using any other analytical tool, you can do. But there are certain limitations or certain pros and cons for each and every tool. Now for MOS, basically it was developed to know the or to run the confirmatory factor analysis. And that is vital because from that confirmatory factor analysis, we come to know about the validities and the model fit of our conceived or conceptual model. Yesterday you have gone through the literature. In the, I believe your literature review is over if you are writing any research paper yesterday. So thereafter now we have come to the methodology part. Now in methodology part, whatever conceptual model we have developed, we will test that model with the help of some data. Okay, so now that model may have various types of relations, and those relations either may be cause and effect relation or maybe correlation. So that we need to observe. Now to reach there, certain assumptions are there. Those assumptions generally deals with the data. If you are dealing with PLS and you are running your structural equation modeling in PLS, no need to run any assumption. Only infer the results. And entire statistics is around the R and R square. Okay, that deals with R only. Focus is upon R. So we'll see how much R is important while we are running the SEM. Then here you will see rule number 3, we will come to know that either your circle or rectangle. Circle means latent variable, either construct or factor, and observed variable, it can be your dependent or your independent. Now here we will see few options are there. Here sales is what? Sales is what? We will see. Now both are rectangle, both are observed, both are rectangle, both are observed. Now which one is dependent, which one is independent? We'll say that sales depends upon advertisement. Why? Because of the arrow. Because of the arrow, we are able to identify it. Okay. Similarly, here you see motivation is in circle. That means latent variable. And here we have incentives are your observed variable. Your motivation, the motivation of the employee depends upon the incentive. That is the relation. Here, just contrary to this, we can see one is circle, another is rectangle. Okay, so the rule is that any of the circle or the rectangle can be VB or IDB. We need to remember there is no fixed condition that the factor will be dependent and thus observed variable will be independent or vice versa. Rule number 4, every DV, when you are dealing with amounts, every dependent variable, here, this is our motivation is our dependent variable. So if we are considering motivation is our dependent variable, they must contain one error term. They must contain one error term. That is our rule number 4 in the beginning itself. These are the basic things. Okay. Here we can see we have kept one error term or residual. Okay, we run regression. What is the regression? Y is equal to A plus Bx. That is the general equation. Plus we use error also. That something we have predicted when we are comparing with the actual, some error is there. If we will add that error to the predicted value, the actual value will be received. If we are saying the sales for the next month will be for 10 units, that we have predicted, but the actual sales has become 10.5 units. Okay, so when we are comparing our predicted values and the actual values, absolute values, whatever has happened, we'll see some error is there. If we will add those error to our predicted value, the actual value will be received. That's why when we YC, Y is equal to A plus Bx, A is our intercept, B is the slope, and X is our independent variable. Okay, so there we will YC is equal to A plus Bx plus error. Okay, to get the full equation. Then rule number 5 for Amos, none of the circle. It is necessary. None of the circle means none of the latent variable or the factor can exist on canvas without the box. If circle is there, necessarily boxes will be there. Boxes means your rectangle will be there. First rectangle will come, then only circle will sustain. Meaning, first you have to observe something, then only you will combine. That okay, 5 questions related to the job performance I have asked. if those 5 questions is not being asked directly, how we can club them together to form the job performance? So until unless there is no rectangles on the canvas, or the circle cannot exist. If we have created, then means error will come. Every circle requires either a rectangle, we call it zero order CFA, or another circle. Sometimes when we are going for higher order, because many things, if we'll say, for example, performance of a product. Okay, now performance may having different dimension, or satisfaction. Let us say satisfaction, customer satisfaction towards any product. Now the satisfaction may be satisfaction with design, and then design again we may ask 2-3 questions. Satisfaction with the price again we can measure with the 2-3 questions. Satisfaction with the performance, here those performance, design and price may be circles, maybe your unobserved variable or latent variable, and related to that you may ask few statement. So when you are creating final satisfaction, customer satisfaction, those if circles are there, either there must be some rectangles or they will be connected, will be some other circle. And if circle is connected to the circle, that means we are going for higher order, generally for second order. Okay, if we are extending further, then the third order will come. Clear? These rules are clear. Then the final rule is rule number 6. The error terms at the end, and at least one statement must have a regression weight of 1. When you will see, we'll fixate the relation between boxes and circle. So we know that every dependent variable will have one error term. Every dependent variable will have one error term. So one of that error term must have regression weight 1. Okay, then there is a technical reason. If you wish, we will explain and discuss upon that why it has been done. Otherwise, it will give you some error. That error is named unidentification problem. So these 6 rules are fixed. We have to be thorough with these 6 things. Until unless we don't understand, we can't proceed. So meanwhile, I believe you have already downloaded and installed your MOS. You have opened your canvas. Now, if you will see right hand side, we will discuss about these panes. These are few assumptions of MOS, that MOS is used because we are talking about arrow. Arrow is straight line, linear. What we have seen here, we have connected these 2 variables with the help of these arrows. Now arrows means it is only linear relation. So MOS will be used to test only linear relation. Non-linear or curvilinear relation cannot be tested with the help of MOS. Yes, you can do in SPSS. SPSS is washed. You can do, this is actually in the beginning, MOS was an add-in in SPSS itself. If you will see SPSS, I open my SPSS also. I believe that SPSS is also installed in your system. So you can go to analyze, and in the end you will see SPSS MOS. SPSS MOS, here you will see. So in the beginning, MOS was an add-in in SPSS itself, but later they have developed it and created a separate software. You can see there in your SPSS also, it will be there. What is What they are downloading? Getting, yeah, we are waiting. We are discussing some basics. I was just showing that in the beginning.
Showing your being shown in the Google Meet. Because you have to share. And then you can never share the entire screen anytime you can use entire screen. Now you go wherever you want, they can see.
So you will see initially the amounts was an adding in the SPSS itself, but later it has become a full-fledged software. Okay. So this amounts was basically in the beginning it was used just to check CFA, just to run factor analysis, because regression they can run in the SPSS itself. Now we go further. Yes. It is showing. You click new data set. Then click. Next. I can't move. I'm fixed. Open another file. Double click. Yeah, same.
But you are sharing something with analysis.
No, that actually this is SPSS interface. This is SPSS. Don't get confused, please. This is SPSS interface, and this is AMOS. Same interface, user interface you will get. Okay. So if you are confused, you are looking for analyze and those things here, it won't come. Okay. So now we'll go further. Before we proceed, before we start, now some assumptions are there with AMOS. Number one, it is used to test only linear relation. Number two, it works upon metric data. Metric means your Likert scale or ratio measurement. No categorical variables can be tested in AMOS. Generally, however, sometimes we use few categorical variables as moderator. Sometimes, and we can split the data in that. But basically, it is always suggested that you use AMOS only for the metric data. And I believe that you are all aware of that metric and non-metric data. So metric data means whatever information you have collected on Likert scale or ratio measurement. Clear? Another assumption of normality. The data must be normally distributed. If your data is not normal, you will get the results, but those results will be inflated, distorted. Then there is an assumption in AMOS. What is that assumption? Your observed variable. Means here, please focus here what I have written. Minimum number of statement in a construct. So here, statement means your observed variables. The questions you have directly asked. And construct means you are inferring something with the help of those questions. You are trying to infer something. Why? You are asking 3 questions related to the price or 4 questions related to the price. In Likert scale, what we generally do, we ask same question again and again in different language, so that we try to understand where the person is consistent in his or her response. So now those 5 questions we have asked to infer price. Okay, so there is assumption that minimum 3 questions should be there to run the AMOS analysis. If your statements are less than 3, you can't run the analysis. Then you have to shift to PLSN. In PLSN, if you have only one observed variable also, meaning one statement also, meaning you have asked one question only, still you can run the analysis. Clear? Then same rule, we go with the EFA, sample adequacy rule, that is determined by KMO. The KMO value must be more than 0.7. Okay? So these are the assumptions. Now, another thing, SPSS works upon, AMOS works upon SPSS data file. Meaning whatever changes you want to make in your data, if you want to save your data, if you want to change your data, if you want to add any variable in your data set, you can't do it in AMOS. You have to go back to your SPSS file and there you have to make the changes and then you have to reattach the file into AMOS. Second, that's why first step in AMOS is always attaching the SPSS data file. Second, there must be, if there is any missing value in your SPSS data file, you can't run the analysis. There will be some error on the canvas. So you must check while, let us say if any data file is with me, I'll run here itself. I'll run the frequency and I'll check. There must not be any missing value. Clear? This is the data set with me. Now, if I am running something here in this entire, whatever analysis I will doing in AMOS, that will be based upon this SPSS file only. So it is necessary, recommended, before you go and attach your SPSS data file to AMOS and run your analysis, you check there must not be any missing value. So missing value I will not see like this. What we do in AMOS, SPSS generally, we go and check frequency over here. We'll check frequency. Let us say we can select all also here, or I'll go with one and display frequency. So it will give us missing value 0. We can go in a single shot also. If so many variables are there, shift, select any number of variables, put this side, run, just to check missing 0. Okay? I am using this data set. The file name is Dale data file. So I want to run some analysis with this data file, and I know in AMOS that there should not be any missing value. So in AMOS, if I will run, because AMOS doesn't have its own data file, we work upon SPSS data file. We have seen in the basic number 1. So what I will do to test this, I'll run, I'll check that there should not be any missing value, and it is always convenient. It is always convenient whenever you are testing or checking for missing values, use SPSS. Go to analyze and check the frequency. If any missing value will be there, if I delete, let us say I go here and just to remember, here if I remove this value and I run the frequency, it will show one missing value. Okay? Till now, anything you want to ask before we move further? Then the final, AMOS is used for graphical representation plus statistical calculations. So these things, the rules, the assumptions, and the basics. 3 things we have covered for AMOS. The rules, 6 rules are there. The assumptions, 5 assumptions are there. And the basics, 3 basics are there we need to maintain while dealing with AMOS. Clear? Now, this is your canvas. You might be saying the same thing. These, what is this rectangle indicate? So if I want to draw any observed variable, I'll pick this. What for your convenience and for my convenience, what I call them? This is our A, B, C, and these are 1, 2, 3. So if I say A1, A1 means rectangle we are going to choose. If I am calling it A7, A7 means I am going for move parameter value. Means this symbol will be used to move any parameter. Okay, if B6, I am going for B6. B6 means this one we are getting rotate indicators of latent variable. So here let us check in AMOS. Number one, this is the shape you will see on your left hand side of your AMOS canvas. Okay, that is used to draw the observed variable. Rectangle is always used to draw observed variable. Then second one, B1, this is B1. Circle, we have discussed earlier that circle represents latent variable. So if we want to draw the unobserved variable or latent variable, we will use the circle. Then it comes C1. This type of shape you will observe there. This type of shape, it is also used to draw the latent variable. Okay. Then in A2, single hand arrow is there. It is always used to test regression or relation, especially regression, because we have seen that it infers cause and effect. One will be DV, endogenous, another will be exogenous. Okay. If two-headed arrows are there, it is connecting two variables. That means we are going for correlation. Okay. Then we are coming to the C2. C2, see your screen, your AMOS screen, you check there itself. It is C2. We know that every dependent variable will contain one error term. So C2 is used to add the error term on dependent variable. C2 means this type of shape you will see in your canvas. Clear? Then A3, we can give the figure caption by using this title. A3, I am calling because I have converted the top part divided, 3 columns are there. A, B, C, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each row I am counting like that. Then we are going for B3. B3, if you will click here, it will provide you the list of the variables. List of the variable means from where it will show the list of the variables. The data file you have attached like this. The data file you have attached in AMOS, it will have certain variables. These are the variables, name of the variables. So if I will click on this, it will provide me the list of variables so that I can choose my variables of interest on which I am going to work upon. Clear? Then next, list of the variable. Again, this is used in the attached data file. Whatever data file we have attached. Then we come to the A4. This type of hand symbol you will see. It is used to select only one object. If you want to select only one object, A4 you will use. If you want to select the all objects at a time, then you will use this B4. And if you want to deselect all, you will use the C4. Then here, this is the symbol. If you want to, because if we are dealing with 4 or 5 variables and we are creating circles and we are adding the rectangle, it will take time. So whether it is always say that first if 4 variables we are dealing with, create one variable and clone them and clone them. So this A5 will be used to clone the object or variable. And then B5, if we want to move our variables on the canvas, this B5 will be used. This A, B, C, you are understanding now? Why I am calling it B5, A5? Okay. And if you want to delete some object from the canvas, if you want to delete some objects from the canvas, we will use the C5. And always remember, Amos is very, very sensitive. If minor mistake is there, you won't get the output. You won't get the results. Even that, Amos will not run itself. It will show some error. Then, moving further, here, this type, in A6, you will see this shape. This shape is used to change the shape of the object, small or large. Then B6, this shape is used to rotate the indicators of our latent variable. Indicators of our latent variable, and this shape is used to flip the objects into 90 degrees completely. Okay, if you want to rotate, it will come like this. If you want to go opposite direction, this shape will be used. Then comes to the 8. If how we will attach the data file, if you want to select the data file, A8 will be used. If you want to check the analysis properties, what analysis properties are there, because SPSS, you go to analyze and you run the analysis. It will give you the cluster, a bundle of analysis. From that results, you can pick and choose what you want. But in Amos, you have to select which analysis you want to run. Okay, so where you will see that analysis properties are there, you will see in P8. Then C9. Finally, it will use, if once you have selected that I want to run the correlation. So I will check in V8 and then I will click on C8. The analysis will be run. Then comes to A9. If you want to copy any diagram you have created on the canvas, you will use A9. Then if you want to see the output, what are my results, where you will, in SPSS file, one is the data file. Once the data file will be run, the analysis will be run, a new output sheet will open and that will contain your results. But in Amos, the same canvas will be there. If you want to see your analytical results, you have to go to output sheet. This will be your output sheet, P9. And in C9, if you want to save the data, because every time you are making changes in data file, where you will go? You will go back to your SPSS file. You will go back to your SPSS file. And once you have made changes in your SPSS file, again you have to attach the new file. Once changes has happened, the data is changed, the existing file has become the new file. You have to reattach and save. So that will be done by C9. Then A11, if you want to zoom any particular area, you will use A11. And if you want to zoom in, B11, zoom out, C11. Then if you want to put entire diagram on one screen, sometimes we want to take the entire diagram on one screen, then we will use A12. If we want to change the, size of our canvas, that the diagram is here and there, like in the Word file, we change, we go to auto fit. Here also, if you want to use the rest fit, you will go for B12. And if you want to, inspect any particular area on your diagram, because a mouse is used for two things: graphical representation. Graphical representation means your diagram, and if you want to look into a particular area in your diagram, you can use the C12. Then this is Bayesian representation will be there. Sometimes we are working upon regression, we will not go for Bayesian. Then if you want to run multi-group analysis, because in the same data file, if you want to know that, for example, exercise reduces the weight. And I want to know whether it reduces the weight with the same pace in male and female. Now we have two groups. So if you want to check, if you can simply run the impact of exercise on weight reduction. So that will give you one final output, that how much differences will be told in your weight reduction due to exercise. But if you want to know further that the same differences, these differences are consistent across the gender, then you have to do the multi-group analysis. Whether any differences is being found based upon the gender, exercise may cause, faster weight reduction in females or among the males. So that you will do if you want to do, and similarly, you can go for the age. So if you want to do any multi-group analysis, this will help you to do the multi-group analysis. That is your P13. And if you want to take the printout of your results or analysis or your picture, you will go for C13. In the C14 will be used to find some specific thing. Control F generally we use. So here we will use the C14. And if you want to undo and redo, if you have run something, if you have added something, you want to go one step back, undo, then you will use the A14. And if you want to go further, redo, by mistake you have omitted something from the canvas, you can use B14. Okay? And some plugins are there in Amos. We'll see. If you will go check your plugin area here. Check there. Plugin is there. You can see. I request all the participants, rather than looking at the projector, you see on your screen, you have a mouse in front of you. So the same thing, if you want to check the plugin, you can see so many plugins are there. They are very useful. They will reduce your time and efforts. Directly you can use these plugins. You can also go to Gaskination. Professor Gaskin has developed a few more plugins, and you can directly install and add to your Amos. They are very, very useful. Extremely useful. We'll see how plugins change our analytical style. Okay? These are the name. If you will see below analysis, you will have one red up arrow and another gray down arrow. So generally, whenever we are running the analysis, always this gray arrow will be activated. If you want to see the results on your picture, then you have to click on your output mode. That is the red arrow. Otherwise, Amos by default stay upon input mode. Now here group number 1, group number 2. In the next screen or next pane, they come when you have already splitted the file. You can split your data file to based upon anything. I want to compare the region. I want to compare the gender. I want to compare the age. Based upon any criteria, sometimes we split our data file. So splitting the data file means creating the groups. So those groups will appear in the group number page. Clear? Then moving further, the third page, here you will find your, either you are going to work upon unstandardized or standardized. So here you have to choose which regression output you want to see upon canvas, whether standardized and unstandardized. I recommend whenever you are using your picture in your research paper or in your thesis, go with standardized output only. Okay. Then the next pane will contain a brief output of chi-square test. And the final pane will show you all AMOS file available in the same folder. Whatever analysis you have done, you can directly interchange between the AMOS files from here directly. Now, some more things. Emergency colors we'll see. If the black color by default is available, if it is red, then the action will be actuated here. We'll start the action. If the color is blue, that means we have selected the object or item. If you are seeing anything is in blue color at your canvas, that means that part is selected. If the color is green, that means we can remove. Sometimes we are connecting to one observed variable, another unobserved variable. So if we are connecting them, so once the green color is showing, you understand that now we have connected. Now you will see some errors also where while you are working with AMOS, in the beginning itself, when we are beginners, we'll see some error. Error number 1, some are pop-up errors. Pop-up errors are, if you are seeing this pop-up error, there is more than one variable name F1. Okay, so we know that there is more than one variable with the same name. Okay, so this is circle, that means our latent variable, factor or construct. So this factor we are observing through these items. Okay, we are observing, these are observed variables, and we know that there must be one regression rate we have kept, and we have created one variable over here. Similarly, we have created one variable over here. Now we have added two-sided arrow. That means what we are going to do? We are going to check their correlation. Now we have run the analysis. So what we have found, it is showing that there is more than one variable named F1. So if you will see here also, we have given F1. Here also we have given F1. So we are checking the correlation, my correlation with me only. That is not possible. A person with same name is also available. Okay. So here we have to give, this might be some other variable. By mistake, we have given them the same name. The mouse will not function. It will automatically provide you one error, and the error will be there is more than one variable named F1. If it is coming, you understand that there are more than one variable with the same name. Okay. Error number 2. Sometimes it will also pop up when we are working in the beginning. The observed variable, I have one data file in that I have run this. The observed variable sales is represented by an ellipse in the path of the diagram. So what does it mean? It means that variables which is present in the SPSS data file. The variables which are presented in the SPSS data file. And SPSS data file will contain what? Your responses. And responses means your observed variable. And observed variable must be always represented by rectangle. But here it is saying that we have presented by the ellipse. Okay, because there is no, we don't, that is observed variable. That is our factor. That factor with the help of certain observed variables or questions. So that should not be there. It must not be there in your SPSS file. But you have created the same here. You have created one. Sales is not there, but you have created it there. Okay. Then the error number 3 you may face in SPSS. The variable name happy is represented by a rectangle in the path diagram. Sometimes here you will see happy. A variable we have given name happy over here is not an observed variable. Meaning this happy is not there in our SPSS file. We have not observed this. We have not observed this. So if it is not available in our SPSS file, how we will run it? So this will say some error, and this means the variable represented by rectangle in the diagram is not an observed variable, that is not present in your SPSS data file. So sometimes unidentification error will also incur. That is a non-pop-up error, meaning your analysis will run, but your output tab will not be activated. Two tabs are there. One is gray color, another is red color. By default, it will always show your gray color input mode. So if you want to check the output, you have to click on the up to red color arrow. So that will not be activated. However, no pop-up window will open. The mouse will run the analysis. So that means once you have, after clicking on calculate estimates, the calculations are done. But you won't see, this is not activated. The calculations are done. Here, the red icon is not active, indicating some error. Whenever you are running any analysis, you always check. If you are going on red icon, that is your output mode. If that is not functioning, meaning there is some error. There is some error. Other 3 errors, there will be some pop-up window. They will ask you to change. But sometimes your calculation is over. You have run the analysis, but the output is not available. That means some error has been occurred. We'll see. Good question. We'll see. We'll go to the this. To see where the error is being occurred, we need to click on B9. What is our B9? Results. If you remember, just now we have discussed B9 is our result icon. It will go to the text and there we can see the output. What error has happened. Okay. So here, once we have clicked on this text, output being opened, we can see the model is probably unidentified. In order to achieve identifiability, it will probably be necessary to impose one additional constraint. And we know the rules that at least one observed variable must contain regression weight 1. Here if we see, there is no regression weight. We have not kept any regression weight over here. And we know rule number 6 states, what is the rule number 6? That at least one of your observed variable must contain a regression weight of 1. Okay, any. You can paste on any. Okay. Now, I'll share one data file in WhatsApp group. These are the some basic information. I believe you understand. Okay. Now we will compare the results and the language of SPSS and AMOS. As discussed, the result they should not differentiate. They should not come differently. Why? Because the data is same and we are running the regression. So either we are running the regression in SPSS or in SAM. The results will be same, but the convenience and the reliability will increase. Why? We'll see here. So I'll share one data file with you people. In the WhatsApp group, you can download that. Madam, admin, WhatsApp group admin will and please add a 999. Another number. That window is closed. 999 570 870. Awesome. MOHSI. First you refresh. Your English will be not chat. In the beginning itself you refresh. Other actually I don't know 3 Googles is where I just here it is there. No, it is there. No, admin
Be added in the group. These are already
already there. This window.
Yeah, you can share. It's open.
Oh, here.
Yeah. Right.
I request all the participants, I have shared one SPSS data file in our WhatsApp group. Kindly download, keep it open in our WhatsApp group. I request all the participants, they ensure that they have both SPSS as well as MOs in their system. So if any of the participant has not downloaded either, they can download. Meanwhile, we are going slowly. We have to reach to a conclusion also. So whatever we are doing, it should not be left in between. So kindly follow, cooperate, be on your seat and start working upon. Why? When we were discussing about the rules, basics of MOS, basic number 1 itself suggests that MOS works upon SPSS data file. If you don't have SPSS in your system, you can't work upon SPSS, MOS. And we have seen in the beginning itself that initially MOS was adding in SPSS itself. You can check it still, you go to analyze. If you have SPSS in your system, at the top, you can go to analyze, click on analyze, and the last thing you will see over there that MOS in 26th version as an add-in. I show here, if you go to SPSS, go to analyze, IBM MOS is there. Just for information purposes, it is not a necessary you are going to use this. We have installed a separate MOS trial version in our system. Okay, I'm letting you know that if either of these two you do not have, you can't work, you can't run your analysis. It is necessary. It is very much necessary you have both as SPSS as well as MOS. Because these are paid. That's why nowadays people are shifting towards open source tools. Open source tools like Python and R. From here, you can download, you can simply put SPSS download in your Google there, madam, query has come. Online also there. So you can put, if you have not downloaded, you can open your Google, put their SPSS download. It will lead to IBM website. Click over there, IBM SPSS statistics, and try SPSS statistics for free. Click over there, the same process. We'll use the mail ID and other details. We have to fill in, give the information, go to the next, verify your email, and like you have downloaded MOS, you will download SPSS trial version also. Clear? So now if you have downloaded, what we are planning to do, I have shared one file, SPSS file with you. You please open that file. I am skipping 3 steps. I will come back to those steps. First, let us compare why we are doing analysis in MOS. Why not SPSS? Ultimately, both are dealing with regression, and in the beginning itself, we studied that there will be one dependent variable and one independent variable. The dependent variable means that depends upon something, the variable that are being predicted by another variable. Something will change independently, those changes will bring some changes in these dependent variables. Like I can say, students' performance depends upon time spent on mobile screen.
or scrolling the reels or maybe TV. So here students' performance is independent. Sometimes we call them uncontrolled variable also. Student performance, can you control? It depends, but if the student, they spend less time after some analysis and research, we come to know that if they reduce 1 hour of their screen time and they increase 1 hour of their library time, that means their performance will improve or decrease. Some changes will happen. So with this example, we can say that this, whatever is in my hand, I can control. That is our independent variable. Meaning, like I can go to the library and increase my library time. I will decrease my screen time just to control the performance. So performance depends upon mobile screen time and library. Similarly, we have seen in the example that sales depends. Sales, we can't control sales. Sales we cannot control. So it is depending upon something. So we need to identify. Yesterday you have gone through literature of review. Some idea we will get that the sales depends upon something. How we will get? With the help of literature of review, that okay, sales depends upon a promotion or advertisement or maybe the efforts of salesperson. Sometimes we will see from customer side also. So these are independent variables. These things we can control. So sometimes the independent variable is called predictor and dependent variable is called being predicted, or the independent variable is cause and the dependent variable is effect. Okay, so when I have skipped 2-3 steps here just to compare the results. Why we are everything in social science, whatever you are doing, it's almost close to come and finish with regression. The final step is regression only. Okay, it will come circle and come and ends with regression. So if it is, and regression is available in Excel also, you can run regression in Excel. You can run regression with SPSS also. You can run regression with AMOS also. So each of your analytical software have their own pros and cons. So just quickly we will compare the results of SPSS and AMOS so that we will have some idea that results do not differ. Okay, so we have one SPSS file. In SPSS you will have 2 tabs at the bottom. One is data view. If you will click the data view, it will show the data. If you will click on variable view, it will show the list of variables. So by clicking on variable view, we come to know that we have sales, we have ability, we have some confidence, we have hours, we have these 2 are the product of something. Just we are going to know the moderator. If we are multiplying in AMOS, meaning exercise, reduce weight. Or I can say that I am doing exercise, my weight will be reduced. But at the same time, I have started dieting also. So the combination of exercise and diet may lead to the faster weight reduction. So moderation, we will go further and then we will discuss. So here we have only 4 variables. One is sales, another is ability, then confidence, hours. Okay, so we have proposed in our literature or in our model that sales depends upon ability. Here, if you will see in Word file, it is there. To go for all 3, we have taken sales as dependent. These things, You just check here. If you want to create, you can create with the help of pen. That is faster compared to writing in Word file. So I have taken sales as a dependent variable, and I have taken ability as independent variable, and I am assuming that sales depends upon ability of the salesperson. Let us say. Now here few things we will check. One, we will see the mean of dependent variable. We'll see the mean of independent variable. We'll go with R, and R is nothing but your coefficient of regression. And here we will go for R square. The square of R square, how much variance or how much changes in sales are happening due to or because of the ability. It is not only the ability, na? It might be the promotion also. Sales depends upon promotion also. Sales depends upon the quality of product also. So how much changes collectively collectively are brought in dependent variable by the list of independent variable. It may be 1, 2, 3. That will be explained by R square, and R means the individually, how much by sales, how much by product quality, how much by promotion. So these things will be inferred by R. Okay, so we'll see. And this is the part of our regression equation. We'll check, and then again our beta is nothing but the R individual. We call it coefficient of regression. Sometimes we call it slope. We have gone through y is equal to a plus bx. That b is nothing but your beta coefficient of regression also. Okay, and t value, critical ratio, we generally use to infer the significant relation. If the t value, the table value of t is or z is 1.96, it is said that if t value is more than 1.96, the critical value or the p value that we are going to use to infer our results for significant will be less than 0.05. Either way you can go, either you can see the t value. If the t value is more than 1.96, then automatically your p value will be less than 0.05. So run. How we run the regression in SPSS? You please go to this file, sales performance, analyze, and go to regression. We'll use, it is a linear regression. Go for linear regression. What is our dependent variable? Select sales and use the arrow to dump here. What is our dependent variable? Independent variable? Ability. And in SPSS, it is rather convenient. We don't need to do anything. We are not going to select. But only estimate is already selected. R squared we don't require. Go to analyze. I am repeating again. Go to analyze. Go to analyze. In analyze, list of analytical techniques are there. We are using regression. Go to regression. In regression, this is a linear relationship. Click on linear. We have decided sales is our dependent variable. In appropriate box, you fix it is listed here dependent as well as independent. So what we have as dependent variable? Sales. And what we have as independent variable? Ability. Dump here. And whatever you want, you will get here. In statistics, we need estimates. Okay, model fit is also required. Darwin Watson, we are not going. Collinearity, descriptive, yeah, because we have listed that we need mean also. Okay. Click on statistics. On the right hand side, some tabs are there, and they have certain analytical properties. Whatever you want, click on that. So I need model fit, estimates, and descriptive. Okay, and apart from that, in option, I don't need anything else. Click on OK, and we'll get our results. Okay. So here, first is model summary. This is our R. We required. Note it down. I have already noted it down. Go to model summary. Yes. First table is variable entered. It is the model detail. Below that, you come to the model summary. In model summary, we are seeing at the bottom, predictor is ability. Predictor, and the variable is being predicted is sales. Okay. So R we required. I have listed over here in my Word file already. I required R here. I have listed down. From there only you can also note it down. Kindly note it down on a paper so that later when we will compare with the MOS results, there won't be confusion. So what we are going to list down? These things. What is our dependent, independent? We have already listed down. Mean, intercept, R square. Some of the things you write down. The important is R square and beta. This is the thing. Beta and R square is important. R and beta is important. Okay? Because based upon that, certain things in regression changes and certain things doesn't change. They are constant. If you are making some changes also, your R or R square will never change. Okay, we'll see. Yes. So this is your standard beta means sometimes we call it coefficient, sometimes we call it beta, sometimes we call it R also if only one predictor is there. If only one predictor is there, then R is equal to beta. Because whatever changes are happening in sales, they are happening because of the ability. If two are there, two predictors are there, what are those two predictors? Means one is ability, another is confidence. Then those changes, then the R for individual R, slope B. This is nothing, beta is nothing, but when we see the regression equation, y is equal to a plus bx. So here we have only bx. If we have b1x, b1 x1 plus b2 x2, we'll have two slopes. One slope for x1 ability, one slope for confidence. Okay, so here R is equal to your standard beta because only one predictor is there. What is our predictor? Ability. With the help of, we are assuming that the ability is bringing the changes. Okay, so we can see what other we can see. R square required, you can note it down, 0.588. Now this ANOVA table, whether our model is fit, it let us know. Model fitness, yes. The model p value here, this SPSS, in SPSS SIG value means your p value. Okay, so that says significant. Now if you will see the coefficient table, what is your beta? What is your beta? Is equal to your R. You see here 0.67 and 0.67. Why it is coming same? Because we have only one predictor. The changes happening in sales are happening because of the ability. No other changes are there. Okay, no other independent variable is there. Clear? Yes or no? Yes. If you have any doubt, keep asking. Don't discuss among yourself. It will be good if you will ask me. Of course, I am saying that sales depends upon. If we have some whiteboard over here, I am saying, no, there we can't go. We are trapped. If I write here, sales, can you see that? Sales is equal to your intercept. That is the regression equation. First is your intercept. Sales is our buy. Buy means our dependent variable. It depends upon intercept plus coefficient, whatever is there, or B1 into your independent. That is that is the equation we are going to form. Test plus some error if required. That's what we are doing. If after this I add that this is coefficient, again coefficient of confidence. Now what I have in y is equal to a plus b1 x1 plus b2 x2 plus your error. So here we got two b1 and b2. We got two coefficient. Okay. The number of independent variables are there, you will get the coefficient. For individual, slope will be there, na? Okay? Clear? Now here also is the same, since we have only one independent variable ability, we got only one beta. Okay? Or coefficient. So this value also, t value also, you can note it down, and the impact is significant because the p value is less than 0.05. You can check. Always table value of t or z is equal to 1.96. If the t value is more than 1.96, then your p value will be less than 0.05. It is by default. Okay, so either you can check your t value, no need to look at the p value. If your t value is already above 1.96, then p value will be automatically comes down and will be below 0.05. Clear? Any doubt? Now the same thing. We will run in MOS. Okay, so few basic things I have skipped because we want to compare. I'll go back and I'll let you know. Now here, what you do, you just follow. First thing, Amos works upon SPSS data file. So Amos works upon SPSS data file. First thing first, attach the data file, give the input. What is our data file? How we attach the data file? How we attach the data file? A7, you check if it is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Click on 8. Go to file name. You have saved some file somewhere on your system. I have kept the file in my download. So I'll go to download. That is my location. Your location may differ. You check where is your data file. Okay. This is my location in my system. So I'll select from download. That is sales performance. I don't know where is your file. You see in your system. Okay. Again, I am repeating it. How to, first thing first, Amos function upon SPSS data file. So first thing first, I'll attach the data file. First step, whenever you are opening your Amos for analysis purposes, you have kept your data in SPSS and attach that file. So I am attaching to attach the data file. Either you remember this symbol or shape, or we have named it as A8. Okay, click on A8. Go to file name. It will lead to where is my file. It will show the location. Mine is in download. Your might be also in download or at some other location. Okay. Click open. That is the normal way of attaching the data everywhere, and hit OK. Okay. Done. Which box, madam? It is there, A8. Go down at the extreme left count 7 and 8th one is that.
Sir, ये नहीं आ रहा।
What is not coming? Oh, that is, I have run. In my folder, I have told you in the beginning that in the last pane, you will see your all the amounts file. From here, I can swift, I can change. Okay, but I have run this analysis. This is my own personal file. Once you will save your files, it will come here. If you want to switch, change, it is not necessary. Okay, so to check whether the file is been attached, here we use C3 to know the list of variables in our data set. We can click here, check whether list is there. Okay, what we can bring it out? Bring out. You just drag and put on the canvas. I'll show check here. Sales, I will drag how I have created this one. I'll let you know because I have skipped 3 steps. Here, my focus is to get the results so that we can compare. Okay. So 3 steps, 2 steps we have jumped. Okay. I'll go back. Before I leave, I'll make it sure that you know that how to create those creation of these variables on the canvas. Okay. Don't do this, Madam. Amos is very sensitive. You just drag and put. You can't. To delete, there is a symbol, cross symbol here. This one you can use delete. It will not work from right here. Select all. Madam, close all the tabs. All these pop-ups you close. Close. Okay. There is one hand to use to select all. Hand symbol, select all. This one, select all. Selected. Then you bring that, yeah, cross and delete. And come to any shape on your canvas and click. Now, yeah, like that. You delete, madam. Okay. So sales we have dragged outside, and another one is ability. Now closed. So we know we want to resize. It will not function. If we want to move this, we will use B5 to move. B5, you have noted down. This is B5 to move, and to resize. This is again A6. This one will be used to resize. I will select both. Now to select, this one will be used. Select one object at a time. I am selecting, and okay, what? We have put our variable of interest on our canvas. Okay, then close that list of variable. Close that list of variable. Now, if you want to move these variables here and there on your canvas, what you need to do? These are the things you will use. Okay, this cursor will not be helping you. You have to select. This is the list we have discussed in the beginning. Okay, now what you want to do? I want to move these variables here and there. Okay, so what? This is move object. I will use move object, and now I can move them if I wish. Okay. If I want to resize them, I want to resize. I know this is the change the shape of the object. I'll select and I'll resize. Then I know what was the other rules we have discussed in the beginning, that there. Now, what is my exogenous and endogenous variable? Sales depends upon ability. Okay, so one-sided arrow. We are going, select the arrow, one-sided arrow. One-sided arrow. Okay. ability is leading to the sales. Okay, ability is leading to the sales, or ability is predicting the sale. Okay, I am removing this arrow, but select the whatever you want to do. You have to select first from here. This is my toolbox. Now I want to run the regression. So regression in the beginning we have discussed means one-sided arrow. One-sided arrow means select one-sided arrow, and from where we are going from ability to sales. Okay? Connect. Please connect. Select the arrow. Select the arrow. If it is red, color we have discussed in the beginning. If it is red, the action will be actuated. Okay. Once we have started, it will be green, means you have reached to the destination. You can leave it. Okay. The color will let you know whether it is going to be or not. If I will come here, red color. Red color means now we can start the action. Once we will reach to the green color, that you have reached to the destination, you can drop that. Okay. Now another rule. What was the next rule? What is independent and dependent here? Sales is dependent, ability is independent. Rule number 5. You check, there must be one error term. There must be some error term. Where should be the error term? On depend. Rule number 6. Okay, correct me. On sales. No, sales will become performance also. So there must be error term on your dependent variable. Okay. So where is the symbol error term is this? We have seen C2 is our error term. I'll share that. What I do, I'll share that Word file in your WhatsApp group. It will become easier. Huh? Where is that WhatsApp group? This is FDP, hide, document, and Amos concepts. Okay, so now go back to again our canvas. Now I will cap the error term. So we have to name it. What is that? If I will run, because I have given the name for everything, but for this I have not given any name. Okay, so either you can, there are two ways. We have discussed about some plugins. There are certain plugins. Okay, so here one plugin is there. Name unobserved variable. Error we have not observed. So name unobserved variable. It will give even. Or please listen carefully, see and do. Name unobserved variable. You can see here in your plugins, it is by default. These plugins will differ because I have added many more. You may not be having those plugins with you. Okay, so I have given the name to the unobserved variable, or else I can directly double click on this. Double click on this and I can write here. Okay, double click on the wherever I want to change. Double click, it will be activated. I can change. Double click, it will be activated. To rename also. Okay, here also double click. Done? Done, yes or no? Yes, sir. Now we know that in SPSS we have run the regression. It has given bulk of the output. From there we have picked some R square, mean, intercept that we have selected. Whatever is useful for me, we have selected. Now please listen. Whatever is useful for me. I forgot. Actually, this is FDP. I thought we are in the class. So whatever was useful for me, I have selected. But here in the beginning itself, we know this is our analysis properties tab. I will click what we want. These are estimations, numerical we don't want. What is the meaning? We will conduct some other session. Bias, I don't want. Output, in output minimization history will tell us when we have run the analysis. When we have run the analysis, okay? Date, time, everything. History. I don't want this history, okay? I need standard estimate, okay? And I need squared multiple correlation also. This is necessary. Standardized estimate is necessary. At any cost, you have to click. This is optional. Done. In analyze property, you will get in B8. Okay. In B8, you go to output. In output, you will find standardized estimates. We need language will differ. There we were sometimes these estimates are nothing but your results output. Okay. So here, please, I have clicked. This is optional. Squared multiple correlation is optional. Okay. So now selected, and this is the beside calculate. Now we want to calculate. Either you can use calculate from here, or you can go and calculate from here. Okay, it will run. The calculation will run, hopefully. So click here. It will ask you to save. You can save somewhere on your system. Where I'll save on desktop. Okay, desktop, and in okay, here I'll save sales. My file name is sales. Sales. Just save. If you have saved here, now it has, see here, red is also active and gray is also active, blue is also active. Input is active, output is active. Now I will see. This is my error values. My error values. Why you are getting error? We have done the same thing. You also got the error, madam? Yeah, you will. I will again repeat. You see here. First thing first, I am attaching the data. To attach the data, go to the file name, data location. My data is in download. Sales performance is there. I have attached. Okay. Now, I know that from here, I will get the list of variable from my data set. I have clicked. I need sales. Drag it out. I need ability. Okay. It depends upon your choice whether you want to change their shape or not. Okay. I want to do. So I'll select all and I'll resize them. Okay. Now I want to run the regression. For regression, we have seen in the beginning, we will use one-sided arrow. Select. First, we have to select. And okay. Now we know that your dependent variable must have the error term. Error term we can put from here. Select the error term, and this is my dependent variable. Now you have to name this error term, because everything, ability is named, sales is named. Now error term either through plugins, or you simply double click and give E1 or whatever you want to give. Okay. I think this one everyone has done.
Yes.
Now go. What you want? I want to run the estimates. Estimates are nothing, coefficient or regression. Go to the analysis property tab. Select here. If you go to output tab, in output, select standardized estimate and squared multiple correlation. Squared multiple correlation is optional, but this standardized estimates is mandatory. That's what we want to know, that these are the regression results. Okay. selected, and then you calculate. Click on the tab of calculate estimates. Okay. E1 is invalid because it contains an invalid character. Okay. I have put some invalid. How sensitive is that? I have put some invalid character there. I'll use plugin name unobserved variable. Now those character is being removed. Error has come. Go back. MOS is extremely sensitive. Okay. My estimates, analytical properties are selected. I'll try again. Calculate estimate. It has run. No error this time. It has run because results it will not show unless we have to go to the output sheet. This is our output sheet. Or we can, if we want to see on this picture, we have to go to the output mode. Output mode, red. Madam, arrow is missing. I am going. Okay. You got your results? Anyone is having error still? Your output tab is not highlighted, means undefined error you are having. Some mistake is there. You go to the error you have written, madam. You delete this error. You put the error term using the plugin. You put the error term, madam. Error term. Error term. You have to keep on your dependent. That is the rule. Rule means you can't miss the rule. Now name this error. Name this error. Go to plugin. Plugin, madam. She has put 2 errors. No. Undo, madam. Go to plugins. Go to plugin. In plugin, name unobserved variable. Okay. Now you run the analysis. Now it will be. Okay. Done. So now why we have run this? Please listen. Why we have run this? Not for fun. Just to compare whether the same results, these results are consistent with our SPSS. So let us check. We'll go with standardized. Okay, first unstandardized. This is on the arrow, whatever you have written, this is your beta or coefficient. On the arrow is your coefficient. If you are in unstandardized mode, this is your mean. On your independent, it is your mean, and this is intercept. Sorry. On here, you will find the intercept. We are interested in comparing the coefficient value, beta value. We are more interested, ultimately, we are working upon the how much change it is happening. So we are interested in comparing this value on regression. Go to standardize 0.77. What was there? Our beta value in SPSS. Almost close.
0.76.
There we have 3 digits. Here we have 2 digits. We'll go in more detail. We'll go here in our output. This is our output. Everything we will have here. Now in output, we want estimates. This is. We go to here. We know that if we want to see the results, detailed results, we have to go to view text. View text is nothing but your B9. View text is nothing but your B9. Yes. Getting an error. Error is from your side, not from our side. I can't move also. Actually, again,
Taken your
okay,
directly.
they will hear.
For 1 minute, you can manage.
Laptop, I can go.
Go ahead.
I'll be back. So if you people are getting error, why you are getting error?
Yes.
Okay. Then I know. How much time we have? Half an hour, quickly. Yes, tell madam. Error? No, I will, if you will ask from there, I will show here. So you ask question, I will show individually, I can't. Huh? One by one. Okay. Share screen, huh?
Share screen चलना sir.
Almost, yeah. Okay, check here carefully what I have done. This, so I have, now I want to run the analysis. I want to run the analysis. So for that, I need to select what type of analysis I want to run. I want to run regression. Regression we call in this standardized estimates. Okay, I have selected standardized estimate. It is optional. If you wish, you can select. Okay, then you hit on calculate, or you can directly calculate, means run the analysis. I have run the analysis. It has run. Okay, now this is input mode by default. I want to see this is output mode. These are only few results. I want to check the results in detail. So here I'll go for B9 view text. In the file also, word file I have shared. Click on the view text. In view text, we are interested in estimates. What are the estimates? Here, first thing it will show the analysis summary 21st November 2017, this one. Second, notes. What are the notes? Sample size is this. Model is recursive. I'm not interested. Variable summary. What is observed? Endogenous. What is unobserved? Okay. Then parameter summary. How many parameters are there? They are the detailed manual calculation. Because of the lack of time, I'll not go in detail to this. Okay. Then notes for the model. These are how much degree of freedom we have, how much distinct parameter we have, and then finally it will come to estimates. Here, this part is for our interest. Now, this is our relationship. We are saying that ability leads to the sales. These are our estimates, but regression weight or unstandardized. Okay. This is our CR. P, if it is less than 0.01, the MOs create or represent as a star. Okay. So all the stars means less than 0.01. Clear? Now, we are interested in standardized. Okay, if I see my standardized results in SPSS, standardized beta 0.677, this is through SPSS. Now I will check in MOS. This is also even minor difference you won't find. But additionally, here we find there we have used ANOVA to check the fitness of the model. Here we have one more tab, model fit. We have model fit. In model fit, now I'll go back to the bird file. See here, we are interested. Actually, AMOS was initially developed to run the CFA only. Later, we are using it for SAM. Okay, but its primary purpose is CFA. So, CFA, what is CFA? CFA, we have seen that zero order, second order, third order. CFA, confirmatory factor analysis. We are confirming that the factor we have developed using some observed variable or statement, those statements are measuring the same thing they were supposed to measure. Okay, consistently they must measure. So few steps we need to do in reporting CFA. First, of course, regression results. Regression because arrow, single-headed arrows are there. If we'll see here, single-headed arrows are there. Single-headed arrow means the regression. We know in our rules, in the beginning itself, we have decided. Then we will go for some validities and then we will have some model fit. Whether the analysis done by us is robust and global fit or not. So in regression results, we will know that with the help of p-value or t-value, we will infer the relationship is significant or non-significant. Okay? Clear? And then validity. In a validity, we have two types of validity, content validity and construct validity. In content validity, content means the question you are asking, the content of your statements, of your observed variable. The content of your observed variable. Are you satisfied with the price? Or I perceive that my organization provide me all the resources. Agree to disagree, strongly agree to strongly disagree. So the content, how we see that content, so that content generally we take from the review of literature or we take opinion from the experts. Okay, the another type is construct validity. Construct validity is of two types. One is convergent validity, another is discriminant validity. Now, convergent validity with the help of CR, your composite reliability, like then average variance extracted. Here in convergent validity, you can say it is some sort of reliability. Reliability means whatever response the respondent is giving, they must be consistent upon that. They must be consistent upon that. They must not vary. Okay? The output your scale is producing, scale means your statements are producing, they must be consistent whenever they are repeated. Okay? And this validity means it generally refers to that discriminant validity. The item is measuring the same thing they supposed to measure. Okay? In broad term, convergent means at the same time all the items converging together and measuring the same thing again and again, because Likert scale, what is the meaning? Same question you ask in different ways. Okay? So for that only we will check the convergent validity, whether they are consistently producing the same results, converging with each other. Discriminant validity, 2-3 factors are there. My intention with statement number 1 was to measure price or satisfaction. Instead, it is measuring the performance. It may go somewhere else, or the factor also. I created one factor, performance, but in actual, the observed variable coming and joining means how discriminant your factors are from each other. Okay? So these are the parameters we can see if your composite reliability will be more than 0.07. We can say that you have done with your convergent validity. Average variance explained means each statement, each observed variable must explain minimum 50%. Then you can say they are measuring what they're supposed to measure. No? 50% is there. Then CR must be above than AB. These are the rules. Now, how to do that? I'll share one more file quickly. Dale data file in the WhatsApp group, because this is necessary to run the CFA. If required, I'll extend for 10-15 minutes, but this is the conclusion part. Those steps we have skipped. They are there now, we are following. We have directly jumped to the regression, and that to regression with some rectangle. And that we not supposed to study. So they are imputed variables. They are imputed variables. Now again, we are starting from the beginning. So go to, I have to share the file, WhatsApp data file, documents, downloads. In downloads, where there is the tail data file and tail data file C1. It is there. Okay, please download Dale data file. Now we are moving to the CFA. See here, this is our initial model we have created after review of literature. So this time I am not using any word. Please listen. I am not using any word ability, confidence or something. Okay. What I am saying A, B, C. Now I am assuming that C has two predictors, or C depends upon A and B. C depends upon A and B. Okay. Now this time we have two independent variables. The regression equation, how we can write? C is equal to A plus BA or B1 A1 plus B2 because here also our variable name is also B2. Okay. So C depends upon A and B. Okay. That we have come to know with our literature review. Now what we are doing? Have you downloaded the data file? Open that Dale data file. Here we will see we have some statement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. These things. Okay. 13 statements are there. Unobserved variables. So what I am saying that A, I have measured with the help of S1, S2, S3, S4. S1, S2, S3, S4 means statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, statement 4. Here what I have written, S1 is Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Clear? A, my rectangles are these, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. And with the help of these rectangles, I have created my circle. Circle is my construct. Means I have measured A, or let us say sales, with the help of these four statements. What are these four statements? Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Okay. Now I want to create. Let us start from the beginning. New file. New file. Go absolutely new file. If you want to keep this, say yes. I don't want to keep. Okay. New SPSS file. How we will do that? We know that first thing first. A. Okay. File name. Downloads. This is my file. I have selected. Okay. Means first thing, until unless you don't attach the data file, many of the things will not be activated. These things will not be activated. Now we want to create these latent variable, or we are trying to add indicators to the latent variable. For statement was there.
Sir, once again, this one.
I have measured A with the help of 4 statement here. Here I have measured A. This is our latent variable. The definition says that we don't directly infer or measure them. We infer these variables with the help of some observed variable or statements. So this A I have created with the help of 4 statements. Okay, now where are those 4 statements? Q1, Q2, Q3. So before that, I start creating. I know I have to create A here. A1 is my latent, means circle. 4 unobserved variable means rectangle. Okay, they will be connected by arrow. They must contain error term, since because for everything we need error, and then there must be a regression rate. So let us start creating. Either you can select this and put these error terms, or just I'll put this is my ellipse A, and then I'll add 4 observed variable 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I'll resize them.
How did you add the fourth one?
Just click how many you want, madam. Again, I'm telling. Select circle, means my observed variable A. How many times, how many items are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. Control. Okay. 4 times. You can resize, you can. First, I want to just move them farther. Uncheck symmetry. This. Okay. Now resize. You can resize this. These also either individually, or you can select either individually, or you can select Control Z. What I will do, I'll use the select, so that at the same time we can resize them. Okay, resize them. There is one magic stick. You can use these magic sticks. Okay, and you can move this separate. This select not all, individually. All means many things are there. What you want to resize, select those things only. You can use move to move the parameters. I have created almost. Done. One I have created. Madam, don't select everything. What you have to move, because there are three. Error term is there, unobserved variable is there, unobserved is there, observed is there. You are selecting all, then they will go all together. Unselect. Why you have selected all? Unselect. Have you created this? Very good. Now we know that we need three, A, B, C. Okay. So we can, this time will not create. What we will do? We will use duplicate object. Click on duplicate object, clone this. Okay. Add error term or Control Z, duplicate object. Present symmetry. Yeah, full has come. And one more time. We have created. Okay. One you have created? Yes or no? Yes, sir. So we know that in the beginning, then we were analyzing the tool, we know there is A for called clone or duplicate object. Okay? Select on that. This is used to maintain the symmetry, same ditto we want. This also click and clone it. Clone it. We know why we know that 4 we required. In B, how many items are there? Q5, Q8, Q9 and Q10. And C there are 11, 12, 13. So one I will delete. One I have to delete. One I have to delete. You can bring them closer also if you wish. Like this. Like this. You move. If you want to rotate, you can rotate like this. Okay, so we have to remove one. Done? Still here? Well created? Madam, this one is having 3. How I would know 3? Because I have measured C with 3 items. 3 statements are there in C. B, I have 4. 4 rectangles I have created. A, I have 4 rectangles I have created. Okay? Again, from the beginning, I am letting you know. We need to attach the data. Once we have attached the data, okay, we need to create the variable. We know that in a latent, but in creating the factor, we need ellipse and rectangle. So this is my ellipse. No ellipse can exist without rectangle. Meaning this is my A. A is measured with the help of 4 statements. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I will rotate this. I will rotate this. I have rotated and changed the size and structure. So different thing first, I'll make it big. Okay. I'll make it separate. Okay, now I will resize it. What I am going to do? Resize and this also. So these 4 are the rectangles. If they are same, it will be good. So what I will do? I will select them. This is to use selection individually and I will resize them so that they become a bit bigger. Okay. In doing so, my error term is visible here. I'll move this error term. I'll move this error term outside. They have come outside. Okay. I have created 1. I know that in the B also, I have 4 items. I'll make a clone of this. Okay. I have created a clone. I know in C 3 are there. What I will do, I'll make 1 more clone and I'll delete 1. Okay. I have created and I delete this one. I don't like this. Okay. Now this error term also, either you can select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So why I have selected these? Because I want to give the same treatment to all. They should look, equal. So before that, deselect all, reselect. If you wish, you can do. Otherwise, Amos will automatically adjust. Okay. I'll resize 1. All others will also resize. This size is okay. Okay. Now I will adjust a bit more. Move. Bring here. Move. First, I have created my variables. Now I will name them. Okay. So let us name them. This is my A. I'm calling it A. This is B. That's what we have created in our model. And this is C. What is our model? That C depends upon A and B. Okay. I am named. You also name. Double click on this. Double click on circle. Double click on circle. One object properties box will open. Double click on circle. Double click means double click. Okay. So you bring your cursor to this box circle and then press your finger 2 times. Okay. Double click, it will open. Okay. Bring your cursor to circle. Done. Now you can give whatever name you wish to give. I have created a model that C depends upon A and B. Okay. So this we have done. Now data we have to attach. We have already attached it. Now we have to give their observed variable name. Where will we? They are here. Now tell me one by one. A is consisting of. You open that Word file here. You check. A means S1, S2, S3, S4, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. So here Q1 drag and dump. Q1. One more thing here. Labels it will catch. It will catch the labels. Now what we need to do? We need to write Q1. So in SPSS file, if I will see, my SPSS file is this. So here Q1 means this is the question. Q1 means I have asked, please listen. Please listen. In Q1 is nothing, but in a question I have asked the respondent, I like introducing new brands and product to my friends. That I have asked, and then I have called it Q1. Coding I have done. So since space is less, now this question I have coded as Q1 or S1, statement S1. Okay. So what I will do in MOS, I need only this. I don't need labels. I need only this coding. So what I will do, if we'll go MOS and we'll go view interface properties. In interface properties, go to miscellaneous. In miscellaneous, display variable label. I don't want to display the variable labels, and apply. Okay, it is done. Now the label is not coming. Okay, understand? Repeating again. Earlier, if you will bring, we bring, these are my list of items. I will bring my items from here. Q2, Q3. If you are dragging, big statement is coming. Okay, we don't want the big statement. We want code. Now, how to bring that code into the picture? You go to view. What we want to view? We want to view the interface properties. In interface properties, what we want to go to miscellaneous. In miscellaneous, check display variable labels. That is check. If it is checked, uncheck it. Okay, done. Now Q and another Q4. For first we are having 4, S1, S2, S3, S4. S1, S2, S3, S4. Done? Done, yes or no?
Yes.
Then for second, B we have again. How many are there for B? S5, S8, S9 and S10. So Q5, Q8, 9, 10. So I'll go to the properties here. Q5, Q8, 9 and Q10. Done. In C, remaining 11, 12, 13. Obviously, I am having in C 11, 12, 13. Okay. So these things I have given. Still, I have not given the name of unobserved variable. This error terms. So we will use plugin name unobserved variable. These are unobserved variable. Click on that. The name of the error terms is in field. Okay. Okay. Done. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
You can use to carefully listen now. Very important thing. Pay your attention for 15 more minutes. We are done. Please check. Now what we are doing? We are doing confirmatory factor analysis. Meaning we want to know the convergent and discriminant validity. Whether they are the same or they are the different. So in doing so, we are working or calculating either their covariance or correlation. We are not going for regression. Okay? Because correlation will only let us know whether they are behaving in the same, how much correlated they are, how much commonality or similarity they possess. Okay? So in doing so, we will not use single headed arrow, we will use double headed arrow. Okay, we will connect that. Connect correlation of C with B, correlation of C with A, correlation of B and A. Okay, this is the magic stick you can use to connection. Yeah, B2 double headed B2. Okay,
The way we want our analysis to be done, we can connect it.
Yes, here we are just running the CFA. It's a two-step model. Now we are checking these things. We are going to check. These things we are going to check, especially this model fit. Please listen. This model fit and validity issues. Validity issues. So to know the validity issue, we run confirmatory factor analysis, CFA. And once CFA model is fit, there won't be any problem. There won't be any problem in SAM or regression. Quickly, I will go a bit fast now. Okay, so first thing first, in Amos, we have attached the data file. We have created our latent variable, means circle. We have created our observed variable, means rectangle. We have given added the error term. Whatever is measured remaining is there in the error term. We are believing that the error is least, lower side. Okay, we have named also, given them the name. This is C, B, and A. Now we have connected them to know their interrelation. We have connected them to know their interrelation. So to know the interrelation, what we have done, we have used the double-headed arrow. Okay, till now it is okay. Now by running the CFA, we'll come to know our convergent validity, discriminant validity, model fit, and factor loadings. These items, whether they are measuring what they are supposed to measure, or means this Q11 is measuring C or not. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Yes or no? Shall I move? Now the next step will be select. What we want to do? We want to select standardized estimate I want. Okay? I want standardized estimates. Done? Now what I will do? Next step, once I have selected my analysis type, what I will do? I will calculate. So I click here. Observed variable. See here, the observed variable B is represented an ellipse in the path diagram. Here. It should be? No. Actually, if you will see your data file here, if you will see your data file, the error we have told in the beginning, they are already there here. CBA. Already we have given the name. Okay. So either you delete them or you rename them. So what I will do, I will rename them F1, factor 1. Okay. F2, F3. Okay. Still done. I have renamed them. Now it will ask for run, where we are saving. We are running the standard estimate, save where I am saving. I know you can also save CFA 1 or CFA FDP. This name I have given. Hit save. Okay. The model is run. This is activated. The model is run. This is activated. I will repeat. Carefully check. First thing, attach the data file, created our factor, latent variable, created our observed variable, added their values from here, from the list of the variable, given the name of the error term using the plugin, name and observed variables. Okay, set their relationship by using two-headed arrow. Okay, now I am going to run some analysis. What analysis I am going to run? I'll select that. I want to run the standardized estimates. Selected. This is my analysis. Then I will go and run the analysis. It is being run. Now I want to check the results. I want to see the results of discriminant validity, convergent validity, and model fit. Okay. So if we'll see in our Word file, this convergent and discriminant validity, we need to see CR, AB, and MSB. Okay, so there are two ways. I'll tell you both. First, let us start. The detailed result will be in the text view. View text. Go here. Check the estimates. First thing, regression. Yeah, all are significant. Arrows are going out. In the word file, first thing, regression results we have seen. P is lesser than 0.05. Our P is less than 0.05. F2 to Q5, P is less than Q8, P 3 star. 3 star is nothing but probability. This is less than 0.01. So it has given the star. Okay. One thing is over. Second thing, now we want to know the convergent, or second thing, whether all the items means the statements, are loading, all the items or the statements are loading to their respective construct properly. Means whatever they were supposed to measure, they are measuring the same thing. To know that the factor loading must be more than 0.50. If 50% of the variance any item is explaining of its factor or latent variable, we can say that yes, we can retain that. Otherwise, we will remove. So to know the factor loading, you can see here estimates F2, Q5, 0.75. You can check here. All are above 0.50.
Yes.
So we can say the factor loading of each item explaining more than 0.5. 50% of the more than 50% of the variance is explained by each statement. Okay. Another thing. Now we want to know the discriminant and convergent validity. So I have simply, for me, I am using some plugin. I have plugin that is called master validity. I am using plugin called master validity. Okay, there is manual calculation also. Professor Gaskin, they have also developed one file. His site name is, I think, Gaskination. What is his name? Gaskination. So this is StatWiki. Here you can download one Excel file. He has developed one Excel file. If you don't have plugin, he has developed all the plugin here you will find. So what we want, validity master here. Somewhere you check CFA. In CFA itself, there will be something. Yeah, Excel tool package. This stat, you download this. Download please. This is internet only. Your internet is functioning. Download this. Download it. Okay. So what I will use, I'll directly go and use the validity master. I have a plugin. There you will find plugin also. You can attach the plugin. So I have validity, master validity. I have run. It has run. Okay. So it will go and open something else. What is called? I think this file. Where is the location? I am keeping on desktop, and where I am putting in data structure and validity master. So this is open with, let us open with Microsoft. Okay, so this is the things we require to assess our validity. We can assess our validity based upon CR must be greater than 0.7. CR composite reliability must be more than 0.7. Check what is our CR. CR value is more than. Okay, it is more than. Then we can go for next. Well, what we have done. AB must be greater than 0.05. check AB is greater than ABE. ABE's value is for all the factor is greater than 0.05. We need to assess, okay? And these bold value are the square root of ABE. These are the square root of AB. If you will do the square root, where is the calculator here? Square root of AB value, if you will put here, this is the AB value, you will get these value only. Okay, so these square root of AB must be more than their inter-construct correlation. These are the correlations. These are the construct, and this is their correlation. The correlation, inter-construct correlation. Okay. So the square root of AB must be greater than the inter-construct correlation. If it is, then we can say that discriminant validity is confirmed. Okay, that is one way. Okay, or to confirm the discriminant validity, AB must be greater than MSB. You check in our file. In our file, AB is greater than MSB. AB is greater than MSB. One condition is satisfied. Another condition, AB must be greater than ASB. So we'll check. AB is greater than ASB. We have to calculate ASB. Okay. Now here also they have given Hu and Wettler. They have developed some fit index cutoff criteria. Or if these three conditions are satisfied, this three conditions, CR is greater than 0.7, yes. AB is greater than 0.5, yes. CR is greater than AB, yes. We can say that our convergent validity is holding close to the above the threshold limit. Now we want to know the discriminant validity. Yes, AB is greater than MSB, yes, and the square root of AB is greater than inter-construct correlation. That also confirm the discriminant validity. Okay, so the basic purpose of our CFA is to know first regression. Yeah, all the values are significant. Content validity will come from the literature review. Construct validity we have checked. In construct validity, convergent validity and discriminant validity we have tested. We have also checked whether all the items are conforming to their respective factors. If they are explaining more than 50% of the variance, meaning 0.5. So we have seen the factor loading also in our output. We have seen here in estimates, yeah, all are more than 0.5. So they are confirming that they belong to the same factor. So these things we now the final thing, whether our model is good or fit or not. So to know the goodness, whether the model is robust, two indicators are there. We will see some goodness of fit, some badness of fit. So goodness of fit includes your CFI, GFI, IFI, NFI, AGFI. Two are sufficient. There are many goodness of fit indicator. Two are sufficient. Now how to calculate that? It will take some time, manual calculation also, maybe next year or some other day. We'll do the manual calculation, but these you can see the CFI means two models are there close to 100%. 100% means 1. That means your model is excellent fit, or it will be the worst. Worst means 0, 0. CFI value close to 1 is good, close to 0 is bad. Similarly for GFI value, but cutoff value is at least you must have more than 0.9, or it is better, it must have more than 0.95. Let us see what are our values for CFI. Let us start with CFI 0.94, okay, okay. TLI 0.927, GFI above 0.9, AGFI is always, because it is average, it is always come, and this C mean by DF must be less than 3. It is upon higher side. So we can say that our model is okay, okay, not a better fit. Okay. Now these are the goodness of fit. We can see the badness of fit. In badness of fit, we see 2 RMR and RMSEA. Root mean standard error approximation, and we will see RMR. So RMSEA must be less than 0.8, but it is above 0.8. Model is okay, not better fit. Okay, we can improve the model fit. There are ways to improve the model fit. Let us see. Let us see this RMR. Where is RMR? Yeah, this is the RMR. It should be less than 0.10, 0.1, 0. It is also on the higher side. So model is okay, okay, not a better fit. So these are the things we have to see while we are running the CFA. Okay, once your CFA is also called your measurement model. Once it is set, now you will check the relation. What is our relation? We have established that. Listen carefully. You can write here. You can write on your copy, and that F1 depends upon F2 and F3. F1 depends upon F2 and F3. That is our model. So we have developed. Now one thing what I am going to do, I am going to make it more convenient. I don't want to draw it again and again. First thing what I will do quickly, next 10 minutes. Okay, carefully pay attention. What I will do, I will do the data imputation. I'll do the data imputation. Now what this data imputation will do, it will create a dummy file, same similar file with this name, data file with this name. Where I want to save, it will come there only, so I can change the location also or name also. It will create one data file. Okay, so I have imputed, already exists. For me, already exists, imputed. Why I have imputed? Now no need to draw this structure again and again. If you remember, I have dragged the values, I have imputed those values into observed variable. So rectangles will come. Okay. Now the second step is to run the second step. Quickly I will run the regression. Okay, this once you have imputed, here I will run the, either you can run the regression here only. So to run the regression, double headed arrows are not required. I know that F1 depends upon rotate. F1 depends upon F1 depends upon F2 and F3. F1 depends upon F2 and F3. Okay, and there must be error term on. There must be error term on dependent variable. What is our dependent variable? F1. Okay, you can name them ability, or you can name them performance, depends upon incentive and motivation. Okay, whatever you want. So error term, and then we can give the name to these error term by using unobserved variable given. Now next step, we'll select what we want to run. Standard estimates, squared multiple correlation. If you wish, run the estimates. Okay, it is suggesting that it must be correlated. Okay, your wish. If you want to correlate them, you can correlate. If you don't want to correlate, still it will run. Okay. So I suggest and recommend, it is better to correlate, because here you can identify the problem of multi-collinearity. Okay, if you are aware of that, you can see here. So run the model. Yeah, it has been run. Two things, we need the estimates. We want to see the estimates coefficient. Go to, or before this, here only we can say standardized weight. Okay, significant, not significant. Estimates. F2 to F3, F1. Just a minute. Yeah. So F2 and F3, we can see the results. Two things. These are our two relation we have tested. Two relation only we have tested. We are claiming F1 depends upon F2 and F3. So estimates for F2 0.048 and the p-value is more than 0.05. That means the hypothesis, directional hypothesis is rejected, doesn't support. Our claim doesn't support. However, F1 depends upon F3 as the standard estimate is 0.88 and p-value is below 0.05. Okay, this is done. Accepted. Supported hypothesis. What? These are your standard estimates, your beta value. You can report, always report standardized weight only, regression weight. And here also you can see the standardized regression weights. Here also on the arrow is regression weight. Okay, standardized. So now from CFA we have moved to the STEM. Okay, in STEM what we are unable to do in SPSS, if you will see this SPSS window, if I want to run any regression, linear regression, I may have only one dependent variable. I cannot put two dependent variable here. It won't allow me. Okay, so it won't allow me. So that is the only benefit we have in AMOS. What we are going to do here, you see, this F2 is independent or dependent?